The Nairobi Protocol requires state parties that have not yet established national system for regulating dealers and brokers of small arms and light weapons to do so. The best practice guidelines for the implementation of Nairobi Declaration and Nairobi Protocol on small arms and light weapons stipulates the need for registration of brokers, licensing of each brokering transaction, licensing of individuals and companies involved in brokering to disclose full information of such transactions.
As implementers of the UN Program of Action on Small Arms and Light Weapons, and upon the ratification of the Nairobi Protocol, as we await the parliamentary approval of the National Small Arms and Light Weapons Policy, we should seriously think on effecting our own controls. Currently in Kenya, we do not have brokers, but as custodians of security, to what extent have we controlled the activities of small arms dealers and agents? I think we are all aware that most of the problems affecting us, even the insecurity in the country at the moment, especially on organized crimes, use of weapons, is as a result of the insecurity in our neighboring countries. More so, our border with Southern Sudan, our border with Sudan, and the border with Ethiopia. They have given us a lot of problems. Those can account for over 99% of all the illicit weapons we have in this country. Kenya needs not to be introduced to this subject, as we have been victims before. I think you do recall what happened, the bombing of the US embassy here, the attack at the hotel just within town, what happened in Mombasa, Kikambara bombing, and also the attempted downing of the Israeli airline. We must acknowledge that our airlines and the entire transport industry is not immune to such attacks. The law doesn't segregate. We do not have the law for the big people, as you call them, and the law for the common person. No. If you do not have evidence on a particular person, there is no way you are going to tarnish his or her name, saying that this is connected in this, unless you can avail the evidence. The evidence we have currently, it's in connection with those people. And the case, as you all know, it's before court, and we are gathering more information. If it leans us to that direction, well and good, and God bless Kenya for that. The purpose of really arraigning somebody in court is not for you to make sure the purpose of any prosecution for the police work, because you have to understand what really the criminal justice system entails. It involves investigations, it involves prosecution, and then it involves the process itself in court, that is the judgment, and finally the custody in prison. That is the entire criminal justice system. So for the police, our work is to carry out the investigation. State law office, they have their law, which is prosecutorial in nature. And then when somebody is found guilty, and depending on the available evidence, then the Commission of Prisons takes over. I do believe we played our role well, then the other one was left to the other players.